I was the pack's ghost, the daughter of a traitor living in the dirt of a world that thrived on power. In a society ruled by teeth and claws, I was nothing, until the moon decided to play a sick joke on me. My mate isn't just a wolf, he is Alpha Asher. He's a king among monsters, a man whose name is whispered like a curse, and a predator who has never known the word mercy. He's lethal, beautiful, and cold enough to freeze the blood in my veins. When our eyes met, the bond didn't feel like a blessing, it felt like a death sentence. He didn't want a broken girl from the fringes of the pack. He wanted power. He wanted a queen who could match his cruelty. You are a mistake. His growl vibrated against my skin, marking me not with love, but with a claim that felt like a cage. I should have run. I should have rejected the bond and vanished into the woods. But there is a fire waking up inside me that even an alpha can't stifle. As the shadows of an ancient war begin to creep toward our borders, Asher is about to realize that the mate he despised is the only thing standing between him and total annihilation. He thinks he can break me. He thinks he can rule me. But an alpha is only as strong as the woman at his side, and I'm about to show him exactly what happens when you push a weak wolf into a corner. I can tell you the exact moment my life began to fall apart, the moment where everything came tumbling down and I no longer knew what my place was in the world. The familiar instantly became foreign, and I was left with nowhere to go. It all started when my boyfriend had found his mate. Tyler and I had been dating since I was 16. Almost a year of time was spent having him by my side. Tyler happened to be the alpha's son. I had grown up with Tyler and spent my childhood training at his side. When I turned 16, the feelings of friendship quickly blossomed into romance. Tyler was 17, able to find his mate from he turned 19. I was so gullible back then, hanging on his every word. I was so sure we would be mates. We were destined after all. I had the same delirious mindset up until his 19th birthday party, the day where everything crashed and burned. Tyler picked me up from my house around 8 p.m. He pulled up to my house in his shiny Mustang. I'd often joked that he loved his car more than me. There were a lot of things Tyler loved more than me. My mom, dad, and older brother weren't fond of me dating their soon-to-be alpha. They knew the risks of getting involved with another wolf, but like a child, I had ignored them. I hopped into Tyler's car, not thinking twice that he hadn't opened the door for me. I thought I told you to wear the blue dress. Tyler sighed, rolling his eyes. I frowned at him and looked down at the black dress I was wearing. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I told you I didn't like that one. I frowned, wondering what got him in such a bad mood. Whatever, you know I'm just looking out for you. Tyler shrugged. You look like some goth girl when you wear black. I rolled my eyes at his bad mood, knowing he would cheer up once he had a few drinks in him. Tyler never liked when I wore black. He would always say I looked goth. I didn't see a problem with looking goth. Some of the clothes they wore were really cute. I'm sure it didn't help that I had straight raven-colored hair. Tyler had told me hundreds of times how much better I would look as a blonde, but I couldn't bring myself to dye my hair. I was the only one in the family who had gotten my grandma's raven hair. I sat in silence as Tyler drove, listening to him openly complain about the neighboring packs. Tyler seemed to have a problem with just about everybody. The alpha from the Dom pack is asking for my help. He picked a fight with the Crescent pack and needs my help to get out of it. Tyler rolled his eyes, running his hand through his sandy blonde hair. I felt my eyes widen. The Crescent pack? Why the heck would he pick a fight with them? The Crescent pack were one of the baddest packs around. Legend says they started out as a pack of all rogues, and quickly expanded once Alpha Gabriel came into power. Now Alpha Gabriel's grandson had taken over, and it seemed the cruelty ran in the family. Please, Lola, Tyler scoffed. It's just a stupid pack, and their alpha is just a man. A man with a lot of territory, I mumbled, knowing that the Crescent pack held the most territory in the world. They were the biggest pack our kind had ever seen. Not for long. Tyler smirked. I didn't like the feeling that bubbled in my stomach at his words. What do you? I started, but was cut off. Enough of that, it's not important. Tyler dismissed me with a wave of his hand. We pulled into the parking lot of the nightclub and Tyler turned to face me. This is important. Tyler smirked, pulling me in and pressing his lips against my own. I giggled like a stupid schoolgirl and leaned into the kiss, loving the butterflies that swarmed my stomach. Are you finally going to say yes tonight? Tyler smirked, tugging on a piece of my long hair. I found myself smiling back, ready to give him the news he had been waiting for. It was only a matter of hours until Tyler was able to find his mate. He had been nagging me for months now to finally sleep with him, to let him take my virginity. Each time I had turned him down, waiting for this night. Once we officially became mates, I would give myself to him entirely. I'm ready. I bit my lip, looking up into his cerulean eyes. His smirk deepened as he pulled me in for another kiss. It's about damn time. I giggled as he grumbled. We went inside the club and met up with our friends. I linked my arm through Chelsea's and talked to her over the pounding music. Chelsea was one of those people who was easy to hate and harder to like. I realized later on in my life that I had been the same as her. Shallow, bitchy, mean even. Hey bitch, Chelsea smirked, flipping her honey-colored hair behind her shoulder. I smirked back at her, taking in the baby pink dress she was wearing. Hey yourself. I happily clung to Tyler's side while he talked to his closest friends, Ethan and Isaac. Ethan was your typical asshole, always jumping around from girl to girl. He had even tried to get with me at one point. Ethan had a problem with personal space and would often try to push any kind of boundaries you set. Isaac was 19 and had already found his mate, but he didn't seem too attached to her. He'd often go out with Ethan and Tyler, doing only goddess knows what. You ready to find your mate? Ethan teased, waggling his eyebrows at a group of human girls that passed by. Hopefully she's hot. Tyler smirked, giving my shoulder a small squeeze as he glanced down at me. I rolled my eyes at him and playfully smacked his shoulder. I eyed Tyler's drink enviously. He never liked when I drank alcohol. It didn't fit his picture-perfect narrative. I turned towards Chelsea and struck up a conversation. If I happen to be Tyler's mate, hope you won't hold it against me. Chelsea winked, giving Tyler a sly glance. I rolled my eyes at her. Please, if anything, your mate will be Ethan. I broke out into giggles at the disgusted look on her face. Not a chance. Been there, done that. Never again. Chelsea practically shrieked, fanning herself with her hand. You slept with him? I fake gagged. She rolled her eyes at me as if I were a petulant child. Well, duh. Who hasn't? She scoffed. Me. I haven't. I smirked at her. Well, that's because the purity princess is saving herself for her mate. Chelsea cooed dramatically, but I knew she was making fun. Jealousy doesn't suit you. I stuck my tongue out at her. Just then, Tyler ripped himself from my side hard enough to make me stumble. What the hell, babe? I snapped, looking at him in surprise. Do you smell that? I heard him murmur to himself. I watched, open-mouthed, as my entire world crumbled. A tall, long-legged girl made her way out of the woman's bathroom and locked eyes with Tyler. Even with the thumping music sending vibrations scattering across my skin, you could hear a pin drop. Oh shoot. I could hear Ethan's amused voice, but it sounded like he was in a bubble. Tyler and the mystery woman locked eyes and ran into each other's arms. Like some kind of bad romance movie. I couldn't hear anyone else now, couldn't focus on anyone's face. I could have sworn I saw Ethan laughing and Chelsea with a sly smirk on her face. The only one who didn't seem amused was Isaac. I could feel my entire body trembling as my brain fought to process what was happening. Tyler had found his mate. My boyfriend had found his mate. And it wasn't me. Then, like any completely rational teenage girl, I ran.